Good day, welcome once again to VDT class, and this is lesson 2 of VDT and colorway. Now, on our previous lesson, we look at some of the significance of colors, the concept of color. Now, today we're looking at color terminologies. Now, this will be the first thing we're going to start with, color terminologies. Now, we have some terminologies in color that we have to look at. Now, the first one that we're going to consider is color wheel. That's the first terminology, color wheel. Now, when you say color wheel, what is meant by color wheel? Now, the arrangement of colors in a circular form, showing how they are related, is known as, or is meant by color wheel. The key word is the circular Okay, so that's the keyword. Circular arrangement of colors, showing how they are related to each other, is meant by color wheel. Now, under this color wheel, we have three types. Now, the types are, we have the 3-point color wheel, we have the 6-point color wheel, and then the last one is the 12-point color wheel. Now, all these 3 points are another color wheel. That's the 3-point color wheel, the 6-point color wheel, and then the 12-point color wheel. They all have the same definition, but the only exception here is for the 3-point color wheel, it consists of the primary colors. And take note, in our previous lesson, we look at the primary colors that they are 3. That's red, yellow, and blue. So that's it for the primary colors. So the 3-point color wheel consists of the primary colors. So in defining the 3-point color wheel, we say is the arrangement of the primary colors, namely red, yellow, and blue, in a circular form, showing how they are related to each other. So that's it for the definition for the 3-point color wheel. Now, for the 6-point, to the same definition, but here we are going to include the secondary colors. So we know the secondary colors to be orange, violet, and green. So these are the secondary colors: orange, violet, and green. So when we are defining the 6-point color, we say is the arrangement of the primary colors and the secondary colors in a circular form, showing how they are related to each other. That's it for the 6-point color wheel. And then the last one, the 12-point color wheel, also consists of the tertiary, primary, and then the secondary. So when we are defining the 12-point color wheel, we say the arrangement of the tertiary colors, the primary colors, and the secondary colors in a circular form, showing how they are related to each other. So that's it for the definition. Okay, now let's look at the second terminology that we're going to take. Now, the second one is now we're going to look at complementary colors. When you say complementary colors, what are they? Colors opposite to each other on a color wheel. It's termed as complementary colors. So colors opposite to each other on a color wheel is termed as what? Complementary color or complementary colors. Now the next one that we're going to look at is the contrasting colors. Now the opposite of complementary colors will give us the definition for contrasting colors. So colors that are not opposite to each other on a color view is termed as contrasting colors. Now the next one we are going to talk of is the harmonious colors. Now when you say harmonious colors, colors opposite near to each other or next to each other on a color view is termed as harmonious colors. Colors next to each other on a color view is termed as harmonious colors. Now after we are going to draw the 12-point color view, then we use it to explain all the terminologies in color work. Okay, now the next term that we are going to look at is the cool colors. Now when you say cool colors, colors that do suggest feeling of cool is termed as cool colors, or that they suggest coolness. So colors that do suggest coolness or feeling of coolness is termed as cool colors. The next one we are going to look at is the warm colors. And then the warm colors is the opposite of cool colors. So here they suggest heat or feeling of what? Heat. So that's it for the terminologies in color where we have color view, complementary colors, contrasting colors, harmonious colors, cool colors, and then warm colors. Now let's draw the 12-point color view, so we use it to explain all the terminologies in color work. So we are basing on the idea or the concept of the definition of color wheel, the circular arrangement of what? Colors. So we are going to draw a circle. Now with a circle, we are going to divide the circle into 12 equal parts. Okay, now let's take this rough circle here, or the rough sketch here. The circle is then divided into 12 equal parts. Now, we put here red, which is a primary color. Now let's put here yellow, which is also a primary color. Now let's put here blue, which is also a primary color. So the blue will be here. Now, whenever we mix two primary colors in equal proportion, we are going to get the secondary colors. Okay, so red mixing with yellow will give us orange. Then yellow mixing with blue will give us green. Then red mixing with blue will give us violet. So orange, green, and violet, they are the secondary colors. Then red, yellow, and blue are also the primary colors. Okay, so let's look at the tertiary colors too. When we mix a primary color and a secondary color, we will get the tertiary colors. So we have red here to be a primary color, orange here to be a secondary color. Now let's mix them. Orange mixing with red will give us red, orange. Now the same thing, yellow mixing with orange will give us yellow, orange. Now yellow mixing with green will give us yellow, green. The same thing, green mixing with blue will give us blue, green. Then blue mixing with violet will give us blue, violet. Then we have here red mixing with violet will give us red, violet. So the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and red, violet they are termed as the tertiary colors. Okay, now let's use this whole thing to explain all the color wheel as we did earlier. Now we said this whole thing forms the color wheel. We said the arrangement of colors in the circular form. Okay, now let's look at the harmonious colors. We said colors next to each other on a color wheel. So you can see that red is next to red orange, red orange is also next to orange, orange is next to yellow orange, yellow orange is also next to yellow, the same way. So it is termed as harmonious colors. Now we look of complementary colors also. We say colors opposite to each other on a color wheel. Now from this color wheel we can see that red is opposite to green, so it is a complementary color or colors. Here we can see that violet is opposite to yellow, so it is also termed as complementary color or colors. They are opposite on the color wheel. Now we also look of contrasting colors, colors that are not opposite to each other on the color wheel. Now from the chart we can see that orange is not opposite to blue violet. Orange is rather opposite to blue, not blue violet. So orange and blue violet, they are not what? Opposite. So it is termed as contrasting colors, colors that are not opposite to each other on the color wheel. Now blue here is a cool color, and then red here is a warm color. Okay, now let's look at the extraction of colors. The extraction of colors here talks of where we can get what? Color or colors. Now it is grouped into two. We have the natural source and then the artificial source. Now under the natural source we can get some from the bark of trees, seeds, and then even leaves. Then under the artificial source we have potassium, manganese, we have vast dyes, and then we have reactive dyes. Okay, so that is for the sources. Let's take these three examples: bark of tree, seeds, leaves. Then we have potassium permanganate, vast dyes, and then reactive dyes. Now the last one we're going to look at, then we say bye bye to color work, is the importance of color. Now this will be our last subtopic under color work. Then we say bye bye to color work. Now the importance of what? Color. For the importance of color we have a lot, but we are going to take only three. Now the first one is okay, so let's take this three importance of what? Color. The first one is color is used in construction work for the creative purposes. Now two, color is used in the preparation of food. Then the last one is color is used to lay emphasis on some good points. Okay, so that's it for the importance of color. Then we say bye bye to color work. Now before that, let me give you assignment. Okay, so this will be assignment. The first one is state two importance of color. State the colors which when mixed will obtain the following colors. We have orange, reddish violet, and then violet. Okay, thank you very much and thanks for watching.